Hello and welcome to a new episode of the Survivalschule.at. My name is Mike and today we're gonna talk about how you can build a proper and good get-home bag. So stay tuned. Well guys, it doesn't matter which bag you prefer to carry around, but it does matter what you decide to pack into this backpack, sling bag, whatever. Building a kit like this is not easy, but nobody, and also not me, can say you what you have to put into your backpack. Because, and that's the thing, it depends on where do you live, where do you work, how far is it between, and what is the most farthest distance you have to go or walk. If you have to prepare yourself for a situation that may happen, you have to think about what you pack inside your pack, what you take with you, and that you are on foot. Okay, rules of three. Fire, of course. Shelter, of course. Water, of course. Food, of course. You know the rules of three? No? I tell you. 3 minutes without air. So as long as you can breathe, you are okay. 3 hours without shelter. First shelter line is clothing. So have always proper clothing on your person. Maybe, and that would be the best case, have something in spare in your backpack. 3 days without water. The more you do physically, the more water you need, and those 3 days are crumbling down. And 3 weeks without food. But if you are on the move, you need the energy that keeps you going. Okay? And some specialists say 3 years without any other people, without communication. Okay? But that is another thing. Let's cover those. The rules of three with this contents here. Okay? As long as I can breathe, I'm okay with 3 minutes without air. This may come in important when you are underwater, however, okay? So the next thing is 3 hours without shelter. As I said before, in extreme conditions, without the clothing, could cause death really fast. But if you are a little prepared, you know how to deal with shelter easily. Let's say we are in the urban areas and anything happens and the people have to go away and whatever, and the city is empty, you know. Well, I can find some place to sleep, would be shelter. But what if I'm anywhere, captured between the woods and the urban areas? So anywhere between or in the woods, even there. Building a shelter, if you know how to do it, you can build a debris shelter. Well, I know how to do it, but it's better to have something with you that makes it easier and faster. And for this case, I definitely go with a garbage bag, okay? This is a heavy-duty garbage bag, big one, the biggest one I have found in my local shop. It's just a regular shop like Walmart or whatever, and the biggest one and the heaviest one I've took with me. That's just a garbage bag, okay? And this, if I cut one side open, I have a top that is big enough to lay under it. If I fill this up with dry leaves, I have a sleeping bag. If I want to collect water, there we go. I can collect water with this. I can make a solar still with this. I can blah 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 1001 uses, okay? So this is my shelter in an emergency situation. After my clothing, of course. So I can also cut a poncho out of this. Great stuff. Shelter. 3 hours of shelter we have covered now. The next thing is 3 days without water. Okay, here we go. Well, some of you may say, oh, a water bottle small like this will never even last longer than 3 hours. How would this last 3 days or much more? Well, with this combination here, I have the chance to boil water. Okay, so fire is needed. Cover that later. You can boil water in the bottle, in the cup. Both are for boiling, because stainless steel bottle, titanium cup, and for filtration I can use first stuff this bandana for filter out all the debris and the bigger stuff. And I have water. I can boil it in the cup, pour it in the bottle, take the bottle with me, okay, and drink as much as I can. So drinking water is possible. Water. For boiling water we need fire. Well, you all know this. Just a ferro rod. With this one and a big lighter, I'm covered with fire. But that's not all. I also carried this one. This is the S-bit stove. Hexamin tablet stove. Very cheap to get. I saw it around 6-7 euros, including some tabs. And I already have done a review on this and modifications I've done to it, and I've always carried hexamin tablets inside the stove. So it's very small. Okay, it's as big as my hand. Very small, not that heavy, but I can cook on it. I can boil on it. I have fire that warms me up. Okay, and when the hexamin tablet is going, you can easily put some wood onto the stove. Maybe the problem is that the hexamin tablet, or that there is no wood available. Well, those big hexamin tablets will last a long time. And I think it's around 1 hour of burning time just with one tablet, and I have 4 in it. So this should get me home. Or at least where I can find more wood, more fuel to burn, and great stove. Love it. So that's water. 3 weeks without food. Well, we've covered food. I can cook inside this cup on my stove very easily. But then I have to get game or other stuff, or insects or worms or whatever. Okay? Leaves for all the vegetarians. Leaves, roots, plant stuff to eat. Whatever. Well, I know this stuff, but there are some people out there that don't know all this different plants, how to hunt, how to snare, how to trap, how whatever. Okay? That's the case why I absolutely would tell everybody, okay, get something to eat with you all the time. Have it with you. Those packs are lasting 3-4 years. They taste good. I like them. And this happens to be beef stroganoff, which is great to eat. No, there is beef, butter powder, mushrooms, all this stuff is inside there. Ready to eat, just to pour. I have only to pour some hot water in this bag and I'm good to go. This is 500 calories. This would help, really. This would help you keep you going. Very slim, not that expensive. Okay, so some sort of food is, in my opinion, really necessary to have. Along with food, I have packaged some coffee and some energy drink, electrolyte electrolytic powder drink, lemon flavor, okay, which gives me all the ingredients, all the vitamins, all the minerals that my body needs to keep going, more energy. Energy is key for traveling a long distance. So I have some sort of pushing me forward with this one, coffee, and this energy mineral electrolytic drink, and something to eat that keeps me even going longer. Okay, what else do we have? Not much there. Well, for my personal needs, we covered those later on. Fire still already covered those. Okay, some sort of string, you know, would be good to have a short amount of rope with you, and also good to have a short amount of string with you. Doesn't matter which string you prefer, which string you have laying around in your home. But this will easily cover your shelter needs, cover your snaring, trapping needs. And with this one, well, you can go behind obstacles with a piece of rope like this, if you know how to use it. But all in life is if you know how to use it. Okay? So having a small amount of rope and a small amount of string, or one of those, doesn't have to be both of them. Any string will help you. Building string in the wild is possible, but the tension strengths on those are better. And those are readily available, where you have to build and make strings in the woods first, if you don't have one. So, going behind or over obstacles, having some sort of string with you to tie up your shelter to whatever you need, your gorge, would be great. So, in my personal opinion, this would go to shelter, okay? As well as food, because you can hunt and trap with it. Now for some goodies, I would say. Not necessities, but goodies. First goodie would be the rope. This really makes it easier climbing up stuff. Get down walls, trees, whatever. So this is nice to have, but not a must-have. Make sure you get the right rope that is building for climbing and holds the tension that it needs to hold, okay? Okay, let's talk about the other goodies. I always carry a pair of gloves with me, always. Especially in urban areas where glass, sharp edges, metal, concrete, whatever, that you have to touch with your hands, you know? I don't have any problem to touch it with my hand, but if the hand is injured, you are in real trouble, because those two hands provide all you need for survival. Okay, so having a pair of gloves with you is really a good thing and a big plus point. Pair of gloves. Shimak, already shown in another video what you all can do with a simple shimak. Shimaks are great, love them. I really love those things. You can do so much with this stuff. In worst case scenario, you have a blanket, you know, you have a towel to get yourself dry again. It can keep you warm if you tie it around your neck, tie it around your arms. You can wound dress a bit of your arm, you know, giving pressure on a wound. You can bind your arm towards your body if it is injured or broken. You can improvise a belt with it. There's so much you can do with just this simple shimak. If a storm is coming up, a dust storm, whatever, you can cover your face with it, and so on and so on and so on. So Shimak, nice to have you. And I use it most of the time as a pillow. Because it's great, it's comfy, and that's what I need in a pillow. What also is very good to have in your get home bag is a map and a compass. And the map should be of the area you are in. If all the streets are blocked, or most of the bigger streets are blocked, this map can provide you with another route out. So having a map, a city map, a good map with you, together with a compass, you're good to go. But again, this is nice to have, but not a must-have. In my personal opinion, a must-have is a first aid kit, and together with this one, hand sanitizer, you know. Hand sanitizer and the first aid kit, in my personal opinion, are key to survival. Okay? So having hand sanitizer with you, so that you can clean your hand if no water is available. This really provides you for getting sick. Good stuff. First aid kit I have already attached to my backpack, and I'll show you this in a second. Okay, what else do we have? If you are in an urban area, and for me this is nearly between a must-have and nice-to-have, but goes more to must-have, is a multi-tool. And I've put this Leatherman, just a regular Leatherman wave, with the bit set. There are bit sets separately available. Okay, with the big bit sets, just in this pouch, because it's a nice pouch and fits on the contents that I've taken along with my Leatherman. This can provide and help you so much, especially in urban areas. You can cut wire with it, you can screw and unscrew stuff, you know. If you know what you're doing, you can do really great things with just a Leatherman. So, Leatherman. All guys of you were waiting for the knife, right? There you have it. No. That's the fixed blade knife I would take as a backup blade, as a get home blade, because I can do nearly everything with this blade. Together with my folder, maybe for self-defense, for whatever reason, and this for splitting wood, cutting bigger stuff, baton, whatever. So, knife, always nice to have. In a get-home situation where I have to cover different things, maybe get through wire, hot wiring a car, whatever, a multi-tool is much better than a knife. Definitely. But that's on your own. That's on your own. Of course, sunglasses. I'm driving around in my car, and therefore I really love to have a good pair of sunglasses with me. Nice to have. Of course, if I have my mobile phone with me, I would definitely put also the charger inside the pack. Maybe the battery is empty and I'm on the way with my get home bag through the woods and I've made it into the city. Well, at least there I can recharge my telephone, my mobile phone, and give a call, and I'm good to go. Nice to have, but not a must-have. Something to write on, you know. You can leave notes with it. You can draw a short sketch of the area you're in. or whatever. Okay, so having something to write on really helps. And that's just an easy write in the rain notebook, some good pens, and I've put my ID in here because this goes nearly every time with me. So something to write. Nice to have, but not a must-have. You don't have to have the same things as I have. You have to build your own get-home bag. You have to think about the rules of 3. Cover all the rules of 3, because those 3 points, together with your physically and psychologically strength, will provide that you are living and that you survive your get-home scenario. So thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Mike from the Survivalschule.at. Before I forget it, I've told you, I've showed it to you. That's my first aid kit, already attached to the bag. And what this pack is all about, you'll see in the next video.